everybody. I'm Sean, and I'm usually here with Kim doing an Inside the Gate podcast for River Hills. She does not look like Kim because she's not Kim. This is Allison Townsend, and we're here doing episode 8 of our Inside the Gate podcast for a very, very special event. Hi, Allison.
Hi.
It's good to have you back.
Good to be back, Sean.
Yeah, almost nearly a year to the day that we did
crazy.
a podcast.
Yeah.
And illustrating and highlighting a very good event coming up, a great event actually. You were our first guest.
I remember that.
Do you remember this?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you invited me back.
We invited you back.
Yeah, so that's a good sign, I guess.
We need help for our ratings. That's why we brought you back.
Is that why?
Yeah. So obviously it's our pleasure to have you back here again, nearly 1 year to the day. I'd be remiss if I didn't say it was Masters weekend, Masters golf tournament weekend. And you know, during this time, we're sandwiched between these lovely tennis courts here at River Hills, lovely golf course, the finishing hole that you might not be able to see to my left, your right, on the 18th green. And, you know, what we're going to talk about with June Rogers that you are like really honchoing is everything from the courts to the course in this 3-day event here coming up. But a couple themes that kind of invokes my thought pattern are talking about the Masters and this event are community, are tradition, and then really playing for something a lot bigger than yourself. That's what kind of resonates with me.
That's a very good way to put it.
Yeah,
I totally agree. Community has been wonderful.
Community is wonderful. And then this is really kind of, look, it makes my skin crawl. This is what the June Rogers Battle in Blue is all about. So I'm going to pause just for a little bit, let you kind of think. And I know you did this last year too, but can you remind our listeners, and even some new listeners from a year ago, what June Rogers, the event is, who June Rogers was, what she still is to a lot of us?
Yeah. Well, June Rogers was a member out here and probably one of the area's best adult tennis players. She was a colon cancer she was a colon cancer patient. She was diagnosed at the age of 52, stage 4 colon cancer, and passed away 4.5 years later. Still a member of River Hills Country Club, helped River Hills Country Club's 4-0 team make it to U.S. Nationals, and she just embodied the American spirit of fighting to win, and the way she fought her battle has inspired us and inspired a group of us to start the June Rogers Foundation. And it started off with just a simple promise that we were going to continue our fight and make sure that the quality of life of people and individuals and their families facing a colorectal cancer diagnosis would have a better quality of life than she did. And we're just amazed at our growth. And we're super excited about our 5th year anniversary. And that's why we're called Battle in Blue. Blue is a colorectal cancer color. And we're celebrating our 5th year. So that's why we're dressed in blue, John.
That's why we are blued out.
We're blued out.
And it's great. My favorite color, by the way.
Me too.
More than half my
You actually look really good in blue.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I've been called many things, and looking good is usually not one of them.
It's not?
I'm late for something. So you mentioned, and I mentioned the courts and the course. It seems like her legacy just continues to live on. Every year gets stronger and more people talk about it.
Yes.
Kind of between the courts and the course. I think we're going to have a lot of golfers this year.
Yes,
you know?
we are. We'll be sold out again this year. Tennis, we still have a few double spots left open. And if you're 3-0, 3-5, don't hesitate to sign up. We need that rating of player. So we'd be happy to have anybody that's interested in getting a partner and joining us on Saturday and Sunday. But yes, as a matter of fact, it's gotten to the point where other communities have gotten on the bandwagon or part of Team June. We just had a big event at Avila in November.
Oh.
And that turned out to be great. We had the Murphy brothers, who are famous doubles tennis players from the 90s, as guest hosts. And I think we're working on a project in Lakeland for 2027. So I think people see the spirit behind the foundation. I think this event here at River Hills Country Club was really what started the ball rolling, really.
Well, it's turned it into an enterprise.
I don't know if it's an enterprise because there's only like 9 of us. But
very lean.
yeah, but we've added a lot of chairs to the event this year from the community, and also we had chairs at the event in Avila. And just want to thank Tracy Moss and Alice O'Donnell and Wendy Cook, their chairs this year from the community, and also Dana Metz helping us with merchandise.
Yeah.
So, and I think we're going to have, we had 70 volunteers at last year's event, and I think we'll have about that this year. So it takes a village.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Speaking of the foundation, let's talk impact a little bit. I think you touched on that a little while ago. Yeah. But what could donors or families, can they expect out of their support?
Well, I think it's kind of morphed because we're basically a startup. So in 2022 was when we really started the foundation, and our initial intention was to just have a tennis tournament and raise awareness about colon cancer prevention and getting tested. And I think we've done a really, really good job with that. We started off the first year of having like 200 people here at the event, and last year we probably had over 2,500 people. So that's, I think, was our key focus early on, besides a special research project we did at Moffitt with Dr. Fleming called Harnessing the Immune System in the Fight Against Colorectal Cancer. But awareness was the big key. And how does that help the community or families around here is people are getting tested. We have individuals, I don't want to mention their names, but I know one Alice O'Donnell, went to get genetic testing and found out she did have the gene.
Wow.
And that's just one person. Mm-hmm. So when you're touching that many people, we feel like the benefit of that is more people are aware that if you get tested, now the testing age is 45 and under, you can catch it before you get to stage 4, which is a difficult diagnosis.
How important or vital has Moffitt been in here?
Moffitt has partnered us with info on prevention and testing. They also, the first year when we raised our first money, we raised about $100,000 the first year. They came to us and they said, we want you to collaborate with us on projects. We will show you projects that you can decide which ones you want to fund. So that's a very unusual situation, and we get to pick our research projects. So that's the first year we picked the Harnessing the Immune System project. Now we're moving on with a huge collaboration, which is called, it's the C of our ARC. We're started the June Rogers Compassionate Care Initiative, and we are collaborating with Moffitt with their program called Yogi, which is Young Onset GI Patients, and it's going to revolutionize the way young colorectal cancer patients are treated. So anybody who's had a diagnosis, you walk in, you find out you have cancer, you set up an appointment, you go home, and then you wonder what the next steps are. And sometimes those next steps aren't within the Moffitt community, and so you're forced to find out how to attack those problems yourself. Well, with the June Rogers Compassionate Care Initiative and the partnership with Yogi, we are going to set up a symphony of care where we've already hired the care coordinator, and there will be a program where it's a test case of 40 patients, and they're going to walk in the door, have somebody that manages their case, genetic testing, fertility, preclinical trial testing, rehabilitation, nutrition, family counseling, just a whole array of things that will make their quality of life better while they're facing this, horrible diagnosis.
That's it's pretty wide-reaching.
It's really a big lift. Honestly, it's been a lot of work. And yeah. Dr. Jennifer Permuth, who's the vice chair of research at Moffitt, she's the one that's leading it with us, and we're super excited about it. We're actually in the final stages. We've gone through legal, and we're now in what they call the Internal Revenue Board on one of the aspects of this project, which is virtual care, and partnering with Citrus Oncology, which is a virtual care platform where if a lot of times with cancer patients, they lose feeling in their fingers and feet. And so they don't have anything to deal with that at Moffitt. So they have to go outside to a neurologist and deal with these issues. Well, with the virtual care platform, That will all be done for them, and the appointments will be set up. They don't have to leave their house if it's not necessary. If it's necessary, they'll set up where the appointment would be, and it's going to just be a game changer.
It's incredible to think, just really from an idea of a bunch of, I'll just say, a bunch of gals sitting around talking, a bog set, uh, from 5 years ago to now. You just explained an entire charter of a lot of things and a lot of
It's a lot of things. We've worked very hard. I think June's story provided us an opportunity to really make a difference. And the other thing is the community support has just been amazing.
Yeah.
So I think, without that and June's story, we wouldn't be where we are today.
So that's amazing, by the way. I want to segue into all of what you just said is a byproduct of what you plan for the weekend. This is a 2-night, 3-day event, and by no means is it a pity party or anything like that. There's going to be people having fun.
It's fun.
There's going to be a band. There's
Yes.
going to be live music. There's going to be a lot of things going on. And so, in speaking with that, like, what can people expect that are, haven't heard of it or considered it, and I want to be part of it, even if they don't play tennis, or they do and they don't play golf or whatever? Like, what can they expect to kind of see around here? And I'm just going to let people know we're going to probably take a pause at some point in time and continue the podcast, like on the courts, and then like in the VIP area too. So
Okay.
we'll get a chance to see all that.
Well, it's a little different this year because our focus this year is more intentional. Our focus this year is to fund the JRCC initiative, which we hope to raise $500,000 the next 12 months.
Yeah.
So, and we're well on our way to achieving that. So we're taking the jam that was out front
Mm-hmm.
and bringing it in back under this beautiful setting. And there will be gate access that you can come through, and you get a little wristband that tells you whether or not you're VIP or
Yeah.
you're general admission. And we just ask for a donation for general admission, $1 or $30. You want to do $100, whatever you feel is appropriate.
That's wonderful.
Yep. It's kind of a date night theme this year, not so much a big kid theme. There won't be a lot of stuff for kids to do, but we're going to have a cover rock and roll band out here by the courts. We'll have a cash bar out front in front of the clubhouse. There'll be Caraba's food truck and Blooming Brands food truck that anybody in the community can come, even if they don't want to come into the concert, they can come order food. All the money from that goes to our foundation. So there'll be a cigar VIP area. There'll be a VIP tent. The people want to come in their golf carts this year. You need to park your golf cart back by the cart barn. There'll be signage for that. And you can bring your chairs or stand or whatever you'd like to do into this area. And it starts at 6.
Yeah, one cool thing also is that the rear gates of the tennis complex are going to be open.
Yes.
So patrons, guests can use the tennis courts, maybe play, hit the ball a little bit. Restrooms, obviously.
Yeah.
So a little bit more self-contained behind.
I don't know if they'll be able to use the courts because we'll have the courts being prepped for the tournament on Saturday.
Oh, this is right.
But they'll be able to access the restrooms and yes.
Excellent. Okay. And for people that don't know, when we point this that way behind the camera, we're talking just 100 feet or so. This is really cool. It's shady back here. There's a lot of trees.
Oh, it's
I'm
gonna
sure
be
there's
cool.
going to be lights up back there.
Well, we already mentioned this, but we're dressed in blue. So it's battle in blue. The theme is blue. There's going to be blue lanterns and blue lights and all sorts of blue decorations. And like I said, live rock and roll, cash bar.
The mood will be anything but blue, though.
Oh, no, it's going to be festive.
Very festive.
Bring your dancing shoes.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, I like it. Okay, I'd like to ask you, and you and I have talked about this before, text or whatever, in person. Has there been you put a lot of effort into this. When I say you, generally, you and your team. Yeah, sure,
yes.
sure. I mean, all 9 of you.
Right. Well, there's more than 9. If you talk about all the volunteers, there's probably 30, 40, 50 of us working.
Yeah. Okay.
Almost daily to get this thing up and running.
Yeah. Okay. No, fair enough. Everything that you said earlier, no surprise there, to be quite frank with you.
Yeah.
But was there a moment this past year in the planning where you just kind of stopped and reflected and were like, we are exactly where we should be in doing this. Like we're on the right path. Like was it that moment where it just kind of struck you as just that wow moment?
Um, I can only speak for myself on that. One of the people that we first got involved with us and interested in helping, and she thought she thought she had cancer. She got a first test back, thought it was cancer, and she found out it wasn't cancer. And she called us to say, you know, I really, what you guys do is really a whole new meaning to her, because she had that C word dangled in front of her. So I think people feel the passion and they feel the opportunity to make a difference. And I think we really felt that this year. That was the moment for myself and our group, that other people feel the passion finally this year.
Well,
And I don't know if finally is not the right word, but it's exploding. It's you know how you work so hard and you fight, and then all of a sudden it just clicks. Right.
yeah.
It clicked this year.
Okay. Well, that's exactly what I was hoping to kind of elicit there.
Yeah.
You had that click moment.
Yes, where all the work that we're putting into it is worthwhile. And the other side of that is June's family has peace. They've told us that they finally have peace with everything, and I think that is awesome. And that gives me goosebumps. That was another promise we made to June, and we finally achieved that this year.
Okay. Wow, that's fantastic. Well, I'm going to ask this next point that I thought of earlier. If someone's listening today, tomorrow, or to this podcast at some point in time, and if they can remember one single thing, from our podcast, from a conversation or anything, what would you want that to be?
We're all volunteers. Our administrative expense is probably 1% or less, and we have such an incredible relationship with Moffitt, and we're searching out other institutions. I think it's an unusual opportunity for everybody to make a difference. I think anybody can make a difference, whether it's $1, $5, $10, $100, $10,000, because it's all going to the battle.
5 years of the fight.
5 years of the fight.
Yeah. I personally am very. Just makes you feel good that the community like this is just rallying.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's time to rally.
Yeah.
And that's not a tennis term or a golf term. It's just a community term.
Yeah.
Time to rally around each other.
Yeah. It's wonderful. I think, you ask me questions, and I think about it more as you say other things, but I think that's the other thing that's been so meaningful to us is how the community has supported us. If we ask, they say yes.
Yeah. It's
and the management at River Hills Country Club has been amazing.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing them.
Yeah.
They are wonderful.
Yeah.
They're eager. I want to help.
Yes, they are.
And yeah.
So Mark is actually going to stencil our logo on the golf course.
Oh.
And Tracy and Alice got that organized with Mark, so that will be a little new addition this year.
Not surprised he's going to do that.
And Mark has his gang. The course is looking fabulous.
We talked about Mark Pedersen, by the way, and him and his henchmen out there, loving what they do. They take so much pride in
really
the course.
do.
So when you see them, give them a pat on the shoulder for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's they're doing it to it. We're going to take a pause. I'd like to maybe transition to the courts real fast.
Sure,
That's great.
Sure.
The episode 8 of the podcast is a continuation here. We came inside the tennis courts. We started outside where the event's going to be for the June Rogers event. So we won't add a lot more context to that. But as far as like just a preamble, a lot of stuff going on this weekend from a golf perspective and the Masters. And it is a Masters weekend. But in 2 weeks, we're going to have a huge Masters event here at the courts.
Right here at the June Rogers Championship Court, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, this will be a big deal. When do you think, just talk about this, when typically is the championship game?
It's on Sunday.
Sunday, late morning, early afternoon?
Sunday, the semifinals start at 9, and they end about 11, and then we have an exhibition tennis match with some pros, and then the finals are at 12:30.
Okay. Yeah, this is an excellent opportunity. Then maybe let's talk more about the tennis portion
Okay.
and what's going to go on inside the courts, as we kind of say here, maybe compared or in contrast to last year.
Well, it's the same format as last year. We will have, it'll be a little bit different this year. The Bonefish food truck will be up by the uh, country clubhouse, because that's where it will be Friday night. So it won't be down here by the pro shop, the
Okay.
tennis pro shop. We will have live, not live music. We'll have music being played. We're going to have a person that we've designated as our this year's Fight Like June award winner being announced. We should have 40 teams competing against each other in a round robin. Each of those members will get a swag bag and a free lunch, and we'll have an open bar, excuse me, cash bar. That opens at 10. The tennis lasts till about 3:30 in the afternoon, and then we have cocktail hour party and hand out the raffle basket winners. And
Cash bar 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Are we doing auctions like we did last year?
Yes. There'll be raffle baskets, and there'll also be a silent auction.
Where would those be set up?
Well, the silent auction will be traveling through each event.
Oh.
We'll have a board that travels everywhere, so everybody at each event will have a chance to bid. And then I think the last bid closes at 1 on Sunday, and there might be an opportunity for people to buy out an auction item by just having a buyout amount met, and that will be posted on the silent auction board. But there'll be silent auction raffle baskets here Saturday, and raffle baskets and silent auction for the golf, and then just silent auction for the jam.
Are other entities like, we talked about Moffitt earlier,
Yeah,
and some of the other kind of organizations that are tied to that, are they going to have a booth or anything, information things set up?
There'll be members of the Moffitt team here on Saturday from the foundation, and then Friday we'll have the Remissions are playing again this year, and
That's great.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
It's the CEO of Moffitt and his team of doctors. Dr. Anaya is one of the most respected breast oncology doctors in the United States, and she's the lead singer, and Doctor Who is the band leader. And so they'll be in the VIP playing acoustic music. So they'll have a chance for people to ask questions to Dr. Hugh, and also we'll have members of the June Rogers Compassionate Care Yogi collaboration in the VIP area for people to ask questions directly to either Dr. Tiago Bianchi or Dr. Jennifer Permuth.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've never been accused of being quick or fast, but the first couple times I heard the Remissions, I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool name.
Yeah.
And then
you realize
I realized
that's the whole goal.
What's going on?
Yeah,
there.
it's the goal.
Yeah.
I
thought that was.
You didn't
so
get
weird.
that?
No, I did.
Did you know that?
It took a while.
Did you know the characters in The Wizard of Oz were the people in the farm before the tornado? Or did it take you years to figure that out?
I knew that.
You knew that.
I knew that only because The Wizard of Oz is probably one of my all-time favorite
Me too.
movies.
It took me a couple of years to realize they were the
and
same
there's
people.
a couple other reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that's good to know.
Yeah.
When we go down a rabbit hole, I hope we're not talking about Alice in Wonderland.
No.
But talking about Alice, we have great volunteers to
Yes.
do this, and Alice is one of them.
Alice O'Donnell, correct. She's in the golf side. We have Ann Woolley on here on the tennis side. They've got a good core group of 30 individuals, maybe even 40, that come out and work. It's a lot of work. The tennis is a day and a half, full day and a half. They help set up, they help run the courts, they make sure people are finishing on time, they help with the food, water, tear down.
So for listeners out there, if anyone wants to help, if anyone wants to even the time, obviously donate and things like that, what's the best way for them to kind of go about doing that?
Well, we have a, and I think probably Kim could put it up when we do the podcast, but there's a QR code that will lead them to an area where they can donate or sign up for I don't know when this podcast is coming, but I think the golf will probably be closed by the end of next week.
Yeah.
And I think the tennis as well. So after the end of next week, then if you just want to donate, there's ways to donate.
Yeah. To your earlier points, $1, $5, $100, that it all makes
a difference.
Huge impact.
Well, and it's not just money too. It's also awareness. If people we want people to do date night at our jam that starts at 6 p.m. on Friday. If you're not going to do the VIP happy hour, come to the jam at 6. And that, like I said before, it can be $10, $1, $30, whatever you feel is appropriate. But every dollar we raise is going to good use. We spend it wisely.
Can you do you mind touching on? I'm seeing green. We're talking about money and green,
Yeah.
but we're wearing blue. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Battle in blue.
Battle in
I
blue.
kind of just want to tie it all together. Battle in blue for the Junior Rogers event. I hope to see everybody here on the championship court.
Yes.
If not every day.
And you don't have to play tennis to participate.
Right.
There's going to be music. There's going to be. It's such a good time. Please come and watch the tennis and have a couple cocktails and dance and have a good time.
That's great. Anything else we need to put out there?
No, I just think there's, like you said, there's lots of ways they can be a part of this incredible journey.
Awesome.
Fight. It's really a fight, right?
It
Incredible
is.
Fight.
Yeah, 5 years in the fight.
5 years in the fight, and we're like, last year's goal was to raise $125,000 at the Fight Like June event, and we raised $154,000.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. This year, our goal is about 150, the same, because we're doing a little bit differently this year.
Sure.
So we're counting on people to come to the jam and support us by doing that.
Awesome. Well, you can count on the community, that's for sure.
Yes.
And so we're really looking forward to it. Just 2 weeks away. 13 days.
Yes, 13
Right.
days.
Yeah.
That's why I have sunglasses on, because I got big dark circles under my eyes.
It's going to be great.
It is.
You're going to love it. Yeah.
We just always, like I said last year, that I think we've got it pretty well. Our team is wonderful. The only thing we have left now is weather. Can you help us with that? Make sure the weather's good.
I can talk to a couple of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing about having the jam back there this time, it will be a lot cooler because it's all going to be shady.
Oh, everything's shaping up this year to just be better.
Yeah.
Right? You always want to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Different. Yeah.
Different. It's different, and we're intentional this year. We're intentionally trying to raise money to fund the partnership between the June Rogers Compassionate Care Initiative and the Yogi program at Moffitt.
Yeah, I love that part because we're getting serious about it.
Oh, it's serious.
What we're dealing with is very serious. So.
It's
and everything in JRF. So
it's a amazing opportunity for us to improve the quality of life of individuals and their families facing a colorectal cancer diagnosis.
One is very hard pressed not to raise their hand if they've been asked if they've had someone affected by it,
right?
Or someone close to them.
So many people have.
Incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and colon cancer is going to end up being the #2 killer of all cancers. I can't remember the exact date. Was good morning. It's like, I think 2030, which is we have to make a difference.
Listen, we've got to figure it out, and you're at the forefront.
We're
at the forefront.
Yes.
But it does take special people like you with vision, so we appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And it's not just me. It's really the June Rogers Foundation. Mm-hmm. It's all of us. We work really hard to make this promise come true.
Yeah, makes you feel good when you're doing something that's making an impact.
Well, sometimes we're tired and we get crabby, but in the end, we feel we're kind of at the crabby stage right now.
That's all right. That's the byproduct of hard work.
Yes,
it is.
It is. You got to work hard. You got to fight hard.
You know, it's cool though. Everyone that I talk to that I know that's working around this, which is not everybody either.
Yeah.
It's just a great attitude.
It is. You know? It's really fun.
Yeah. So I hope
and I think if you feel inclined to pay the $100 and be part of the VIP happy hour, you'll see that these doctors are just incredible. You'll have a chance to actually meet them and
we could do a whole other podcast on that. That was good. That was fun.